These are supersized versions of regular things, including the world's largest slice of pizza. Good luck trying to finish this in a few bites. It's gonna take a bit longer than that, given this margarita is over 1 mile long. That's like a 15 to 20 minute walk worth of tomato, cheese, and dough. And if you're someone who isn't a fan of pizza crust, don't worry. There's plenty of your favorite part to get through before you even get to it. And since we're on the topic of record-setting snacks, I don't think anyone's gonna beat this one for a while. The longest cheese pull from a giant nacho chip. On your hikes through the mountains, an enormous cheesy nacho bowl left unattended is probably the weirdest thing you could possibly see. After a full-scale helicopter mission, a record of 49 feet of stringy cheese was smashed. But when you can't decide between American and Mexican cuisine, Watt took a hold of the handlebars of the world's biggest scooter. He just needs a little help getting up there. However, it may not be the most practical way of rolling to your next destination, and like they say, the bigger you are, the harder the fall. But that was the risk he was willing to take. Ah, the perfect gift for the giant computer nerd in your life. The world's biggest keyboard and mouse to match it. With 5 meters between your shift and enter key, each game is a workout. Luckily, you don't need a giant mouse to click that like and subscribe button, but whatever helps. But it's still rodent-sized compared to the Hummer H1X3. This 4-wheeled monster would give Optimus Prime a run for his money. At nearly 7 meters high, you'd assume reaching the pedals would at least take 3 working days. But hitting the Safari no longer seems scary when you're driving something tall enough to make a lion look like a kitten. This 32-ton catapult is sick volume, and Mr. Beast has got you covered. In fact, he made a shredder to put scrapyards out of business. So if you ever need to dispose of an old piano, vending machine, or just your spare Lamborghini that you don't want anymore, then here's your solution. Oh my God! All right. Accidentally hitting your thumb with a hammer is never fun, but getting hit by this one would put nails in your coffin. Luckily, the world's biggest hammer isn't used manually, and nobody needs to hold this giant nail either. And this tool for building is actually built to destroy. Everything in this video would look normal sized to someone with hands like this guy. The real-life Incredible Hulk can crush metal, make a burger look like baby food, milk cartons miniature,
Here's my wife's little milk.
and Nobody does burgers quite like America. And even Godzilla would find it difficult to fit this record-breaking patty in its jaws. 210 pounds of ground beef, 10 pounds of cheese, 15 pounds of veg, and to make it complete, 4 pounds of crispy bacon. After all that, 40 people were needed to chow it down. Forget the foot long. The Chicago-style hot dog measures 40 feet. That's more than double the length of a Burmese python. And Conan O'Brien was lucky it even fit on stage. Never mind gift bags. There's enough sausages there to feed everyone in the audience.
I'm just gonna leave it there all night and see what happens.
These guys claim the record for the highest ever Lego tower, reaching a height of 114 feet and 11 inches. The key to setting this record? Wearing shoes. If you know, you know. You know what they say, before you judge someone, walk a mile in their shoes. But if their shoeless bicycle, surely a full suit of armor is needed with a helmet. Richie Trimble took on the challenge, and fortunately for him, he was able to stay on the saddle. Oliver Tree, take notes. If anyone tells you something as easy as riding a bike, make sure you show them this.
California.
Giving in to craving for McDonald's chicken nuggets can't be helped sometimes. But usually our appetite isn't this large. Jay and Romel made the biggest box of nuggets ever with 100,000 pieces inside. And having cheat days now and then are okay, but if it's a 4.3 million calorie cheat day, then you'll be trying to burn that off for years. Next-gen consoles will set you back financially, but not as much as the one ZHC made. He spent $70,000 and 100 hours crafting the ultimate gaming experience. This supersized version of the PS5 stands at 10 feet tall, with a controller to match barely fits in their hands. But YouTuber Matthew Beam decided to build an iPhone even bigger than a whole person. So strap on your Jordans, cause you'll need to jump like an NBA player to get into any selfie you take.
60 plus 9 equals.
Breakfast is supposed to be the most important meal of the day, so make it count. These guys took that pretty seriously when they created a bowl the size of a jacuzzi. Surely a 6-foot-tall spoon at breakfast gives some serial killer vibes, but it was needed for the over 700 pounds of marshmallows and enough milk to drain a whole cow.
We are part of this complete breakfast. Oh no.
This not-so-pocket-sized lighter blurs the line between a candle burner and a flamethrower. And unless you want to pick up eating fire as your latest hobby, choosing the standard version for your birthday cake candles is probably the safest. Keep binges, then do so knowing you won't feel them in the morning. All it needs now is a world record backpack to carry it.
I think the word cool comes to mind.
These rubber ducks are for your bubble baths. Instead, the 59-foot-tall quackers took to the waters of Hong Kong. Not exactly the type of sea monsters to strike fear into sailors. If you're struggling to make a protein smoothie big enough to handle your gym requirements, then this blender is here to save your gains. Handling whole melons is no problem for these blades. But who wants to clean that up afterwards?
Oh man, there's not much in there, right? It's all out. There's like very little in there.
When tasked with dealing with a large pest problem, the backyard scientist built a mousetrap big enough to slay anything in its path. Luckily, no raccoons or giant mice were actually harmed in the testing of the device, but nobody's gonna be in a hurry to steal his Amazon package